actually, I don't know.
It's back in Miami. Which is great. Our suite. Rooms down below have a pool that connects all of them into kind of like what looks like a little lazy river. Pretty. So I just wanted to do a recap of the last essentially 36 hours. So we had to leave, well, let me even back up even more than that. So I, for whatever reason, thought our flight was on Wednesday. We were doing a red-eye on Wednesday night and gonna get here on Thursday. Well, little did I know that our flight was actually on Tuesday. So Colin and I missed our flight entirely. So I was panicking, and on Wednesday morning we got a phone call from the resort here saying like, hi, we just wanted to know like why you guys didn't show up. So I spent about an hour on the phone to get all of our airfare and everything transferred over to a Wednesday flight. So we flew out Wednesday at 9 from San Diego, and then from San Diego we took our red eye to Miami. Got to Miami about 5 a.m. and then had about a 4-hour layover, and then got on our flight to Miami to St. Lucia, which was another 3-hour and 30-minute flight. And at the time of like getting off the airplane, I'm like, we just need to get off this plane. So we got off the plane. Con and I are like celebrating, yes, we did it, we finally got here. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, by the way, it's an hour and a half fucking drive to the resort. So I was like so over it. By the time we actually ended up getting here, it was about 5 p.m. So I feel like we lost like half the day. My best friend and her husband are here. I am so excited to celebrate them and celebrate with them here. So they're here and we are finally enjoying what we traveled so far for, which I will do a little montage of everything from this weekend. But yeah, so Colin and I are here. We're excited to be here. We're excited to have a little bit of downtime with not having a child. This is the first trip that him and I are taking without Ryder, and it's at least for this long. She's done overnights and whatnot, but not a full week without our baby. So this will be not only good for us to kind of like recharge and like have our time, but it's good for Ryder to have time with grandma and all the friends and everything like that. So we are here, we are enjoying it. I'm going to try to film as much as I can while still being present, because this is absolutely insane. So yeah, that is it. We are here and we'll see you guys soon.
You're such a dork. You're such a dork. Remember when we took ballet in college? Step bump. You're fucking yoked, bro. Do you have eggs for breakfast? Yeah. Yeah. Full ketosis.
Hello.
Hola.
Hey, man.
We are covered in sulfur from the volcano that is behind me. It's supposed to make you look 10 years younger, supposedly, so we'll see. Trip is coming to an end, and I've recorded most of all of our extravaganzas this past week. I kind of wanted to do just a quick review on St. Lucia, Sandals as a company, and pros, cons, and maybe some little tips and tricks that I would recommend if you guys are interested in coming here. First off, this would be my third Sandals trip with my husband Colin. Our first one we did was to Jamaica, the second one was to Grenada, and then it's this one, our third one, which is St. Lucia. And honestly, out of every single resort and every single place that we've been to, this has by far been our favorite. Part of the reasoning, the weather has been absolutely perfect here. Where the Grand St. Lucian is kind of nuzzled is in a cove, so the water is super mellow. There's not a lot of crashing waves. The beaches are super white. The water's gorgeous. Some of the other locations like Grenada, the beach actually really sucked. It was not a place that him and I stood out, and we ended up actually staying at the pool most of the time. And also what I liked about this resort is that the beach and the pool, the main pool, is right next to one another. So if you're not a pool person, the beach is right there. If you're not a beach person, the pool is right there. So it's a really cool, great little mesh between the two. So loved that about this location. The staff is incredible here. I mean, people seriously dote over you, like your entire trip. They're not only nice people, but they're funny, and they're just people that I could honestly be friends with after my trip, which is funny because my husband and I have actually a Facebook friend, our butler, so that's another plus. This has been great. The food is fantastic here, and another thing that's awesome is once you're at any Sandals resort, you don't have to pay for anything unless you want to do some sort of activity or whatnot. Then that's out of pocket, but for the most part, you don't have to worry about tipping. You don't have to worry about who's going to cover the check. It's all inclusive, which is awesome. Couple different trips for you guys. Okay, so we went on the JJ tour, which was a 6-hour tour, I believe. It started off on a speedboat from our dock, and it took us out to go snorkeling, waterfall, and then there's actually an inactive volcano here on the St. Lucian Island. So we actually went to the volcano and went in a sulfur bath. So we were covered in head to toe in sulfate and sulfate, whatever you want to call it, but it was pretty cool. And then once we rubbed it off, our skin was like baby soft. It was awesome. One tip. When you're going snorkeling, take a bottle of crumbs of cookies or biscuits or whatever. I took a couple muffins and I crumbed them up and I put them in a water bottle. So when I went snorkeling, I actually squirted the little crumbs into the water, and I had fish everywhere. It was honestly the best snorkeling experience I have ever had in all of my time. It was the most magical experience ever. I mean, they were just swarming me, and I felt bad because honestly, like, all the fish in this, like, in our particular area was all where I was because I had the food. So take that along if you guys are going on a Sandals trip, or if you're going on any sort of like snorkeling or whatever extravaganza, bring a little bottle of chum food for them. Another tip, if you guys are wanting to be kind of health conscious on your trip, I am one of those people that I'm health conscious, and I'm one of those people that are at the gym in the morning prior to be drinking at the pool all day. Go do 30 minutes of cardio, walk on the treadmill, do a little HIIT circuit, and then keep everything pretty light. So my meals consisted of, honestly, high protein. I had carbs here and there, obviously, if I'm drinking alcohol and whatnot, but for the most part, I kept it pretty limited throughout the day. We had jerk chicken here in St. Lucia, so that's all I ate essentially during lunch, was just jerk chicken, higher protein, and then keeping your drinks very limited to the sugars. So soda water, Diet Coke and vodka, just keeping things light. You get in trouble when you start getting into the fruitier drinks like the pina coladas and the Bob Marleys and all that stuff, where it's just packed with sugar. Not only is it full of carbs, but it also will give you a fucking hell of a hangover the next day. So steer clear of those. Another tip, I overpacked like nobody's business. I lived in swimsuits and jean shorts. So don't pack a lot. You really don't need it. You keep it simple. So overall, that is kind of my review for St. Lucia. I would, without a doubt, come back here in a heartbeat. I would recommend this beautiful island to anybody that is wanting to come here or is contemplating coming here. do yourself a favor, book your trip and get over here because it is amazing. Con and I love Sandals so much that we end up booking our trip after every trip. So we just actually booked our next Sandals trip to Antigua next year. So super excited about that. And if you're a mother, if you're a family, you have kids, they also have beaches, which is great. That is a kid-friendly resort, same as Sandals, but instead of it being an adult only, they have their beaches, locations, and resorts geared more towards families with children and activities for that such. So one con that I did want to fill in, I forgot this as I was kind of going back through my video, is one con for this particular location. It is an hour and a half away from the airport. So keep that in mind when you guys are thinking about booking this. I know that there's 3 different locations of Sandals on this particular island. I wasn't aware that there was so much travel time between the airport and the actual resort itself. So that would be something that I wish I would have known come booking this. So keep that in mind if you guys do want to come to the Grand St. Lucian. It is an hour and a half drive, and let me tell you guys, the driving is sketchy as all hell. I had to pray for my life a few times, but we got it. But hopefully this review and my little montage of our trip was fun to watch, and we'll see you guys in my next video. Love you, peace.